Hey guys, what's up people? How are you guys doing? First of all, a very happy Sunday. I hope your day is going productive and you guys are, on your way to the preparations of your boards as well as your pre-boards. I think most of your pre-boards are already done. So your focus right now is on your boards. So all the very best for that. But yes, guys, I'm here with some amazing tips to help you to get your brain to focus on your exams and to basically activate the Hulk mode, the beast mode for your board preparations for 2020 and 2021. My name is Anoop and a very warm welcome, guys. Stay till the end because the video is going to be pretty short, but trust me, guys, every single minute of this video will help you guys if you do it right, if you follow everything that I say to the point. Then I can guarantee you this much, that you will definitely see some improvement in your preparations for your boards. So without wasting any more of your time, let's begin with a very interesting quote and let's get on to the tips and tricks that I'm set to reveal for today. So this is the quote for today, guys. Starve your distractions, feed your focus on. You can't do big things if you're always distracted by the small ones. And I truly understand this, guys. I truly understand this because right now more than ever, trust me, like back when Abhishek sir and all, when we did our boards, we did not have as many number of distractions as you guys are having. Now the reason why I took up Abhishek sir's name is because we are of the same age. So we both wrote our board exams at the same time. So I understand that there was not many distractions back then. But right now there are so many distractions, from your iPhones to your iPads to your Android phones to your laptops to your PS5s, TVs and whatnot. And I understand that. I truly understand how much distractions are there out there. But if you keep on getting distracted by these small things, then you will never reach where you truly want to. And I know for a fact that everyone deep down inside, all of you guys want to score 90% and above. Ask yourself that question. Trust me, the answer will always be yes. Because I know for a fact that every one of you guys watching the video, who's not watching the video, every single person who's going to write their board exams, everyone wants to make your parents proud. Everyone wants to be the best at what they're doing, and that basically comes at a cost. It's not going to fall into your lap. It's not going to be easy. It is a hard journey. Anything that is worthwhile is going to take up your space. It is going to take up your time, and more importantly, it is going to take up your focus. And that is what I would like to begin the session with. Focus on what's important. In fact, I would say this, I would go one step ahead and say this. Write on a big sheet, take a chart paper, whatever is your target, no matter how much percentage it is, no matter what your target is, write it down on that using a color pencil, whatever it is, write it as big as you possibly can. So you remind yourself every single day that this is what your true aim is. It's not getting distracted by all these small things, but rather this is what your ultimate aim is. I want everyone to do that today. And trust me, guys, I know it seems like a waste of your time because it seems like that, but trust me, it has a lot of psychological effect on your on the way that your brain thinks. And trust me, it works because I have done it. And if it works for me, it is definitely going to work for you as well. All right. So with that said, people, let's get into the topic. How do I focus my brain? So the quote says you have to focus your brain and get rid of all those distractions. But the question is, how do you do it, right? And that is what I'm going to talk about. What are the helpful tips that I can give you to make your lives a little bit more easier, to make your preparations a little bit more worthwhile, and to make your preparations the best it can possibly be. Some of the tips I'm going to tell you, let me give you a disclaimer. Some of the tips I'm going to tell you are things that you already know of. It's not something that, it's not brand new. It's not like I took it out from Mars and then I'm giving it to you guys. No, it's not like that. Few things you already know of, but you might need a reminding of it. So without wasting any time, let's get into the first tip for the day. First thing, guys, stop studying on your beds. Please don't do that. Trust me, I know some of you guys might not have this, might not have a table in your room. Maybe you find it more comfortable studying on the beds. But please don't do that, guys. Have a study table of your own. Because when you sit on that study table, your brain should automatically, you have to train your brain such a way that when you sit on it, automatically without you even thinking, you should be able to set your mind to that frequency where you can actually start preparing for your exams. Because when you're in bed, it's a very comfortable place to be in, right? Your bed is probably the most comfiest place in your room, and not just in your room, in your entire house. If I ask you, okay, if you ask me this question, which is the most favorite place in my house, it's definitely going to be my bed. It's definitely going to be my bed. So bed is the most comfiest place that you have. But guys, it also comes with a cost, because when you're that comfortable, your brain is not that active, because you know that at any point of time you can just close your book and just fall back asleep. That is not something that you should train your brain for. But I know that it might take a little longer, it might take you a week, maybe 2 weeks, but have a proper study environment. Make a proper study table. Make sure that the table is clean. Make sure that you don't have a stack of books on it, because I don't want you to get scared as soon as you go near it. No. A study table should be a place where you're comfortable approaching. It should not be like you're scared of it. It should be a little comfortable so you can go and approach that place. And more importantly, it should be a place that will give you some sense of peace of mind so you can focus on what's important. And this is my first tip, guys. Trust me, it works, because I have done this mistake, and as long as I did not correct it, it was the same for me as well. You know, sometimes when the chapter gets a little too tough when you're studying, because obviously, you know, it's not like all the chapters are the same. Sometimes the chapters get a little difficult. What I used to do is close my book and sleep. That's all. Take a 15 minutes break, or maybe 1 hour, then wake back up and then go back to studying again, or maybe take a different subject. I have done it, and that's what I'm telling you. Please don't repeat the same mistake that I did. So I'm going to tell you this, guys. Please make a study table, a proper study table, so you can focus on the topic at hand. And more importantly, you should have a set of mind. As soon as you sit on that place, you should have that mindset that you're here to study and do nothing else. So that, and when you're studying, make sure that none of the distractions are along with you. Your phones, iPads, whatever it is, keep that away. Give it to your parents. Tell them that do not give it to me until my exams are over. This is literally what I did. So I gave my phone to my mother. I was like, don't give it to me as long as my exams are not done. So do the same, guys. I know that it's a little hard right now. Being without your phone is like you have nothing else to do. It's like you know, you feel naked, to be frank. You know, you're like, okay, there's nothing with me. But then at the same time, you are focusing on something more important, which is going to change your life. So it's very important that you pay attention on that, right? So that is my first tip. The second tip, guys, you know it, you've heard it 1,000 times already. Make a study table. Make sure that every minute, every hour in a day, the 24 hours from Monday to Sunday, everything is accounted for. You should know what are the times that how much time are you spending on studying. I am not asking you to study for 24 hours, don't get me wrong, but you should have an account of what you're doing in that 24-hour duration. How much time are you spending on studying? How much time are you wasting? How much time are you spending for physical exercise? How much time are you spending on eating, on all the other activities, all the other chores that you do every single day? You should have a proper timetable, and a smart timetable goes a very long way, guys. Trust me. 15 or let's say 1 hour, you just spend 1 hour properly on this, making a timetable from Monday to Sunday. What are the topics that you have to cover during this duration? Every week sit and do it, or if you want, you can just do it at once, one shot. Just make sure these are the subjects that you're going to be covering so and so days, and this much amount of time you're going to give to that. And trust me, guys, that 1 hour that you're going to spend is going to help you save a lot of hours in the future. You know that you have roughly about 2.5 months to go for. This is March, you have April, and then May. Not 2.5 months, also about 2 months, not even 2.5 months, about 2 months is what you have. So the more time you invest on making a timetable right now, the more time you'll be able to save in the future. So that 2 months you'll be able to maximize the effort by using this time right now to make up a timetable. So once this video is done, I would expect you guys from the bottom of my heart to please make a timetable for yourself. I don't know what that timetable is. You know what your best hours are. You know when your mind is more active. You know what are the subjects that you're weak at, on which subject you have to spend more time at. It is not something that I can tell you, because everyone is different one another. I keep saying this, every fingertips are different. The what to say, the fingerprints that you have, it's different for every single finger. If it's different for the same hand of the same person for every single finger, then how can you say that the brains work in the same way? You cannot. So trust me guys, understand what is your strengths, what are the subjects. Be honest, be very honest. All right, don't give yourself that, okay, it's okay, I did half of SST, I feel very confident in SST now, I'll move on to the subject. No, it's not be like that. Be brutally honest. Being honest is the way, the first step in, telling yourself that, just stop lying to yourself. In other words, just stop lying to yourself. Be honest to yourself, because that is going to help you to truly understand what are your weaknesses, what are your strengths, and help you to, better prepare your brains for what's going to lay ahead in front of you guys. All right. So this is my second tip: make a smart timetable. Third step would be always set a realistic goal and set goals. Setting goals is very important. So let's say that this 1 week you have taken up a chapter in physics. Let's say you're doing light on a chapter. You should tell yourself, okay, at least, okay, so let's say that you're spending about 3 to 4 hours in a week for physics. So you should, calculate by in that 3 to 4 hours, how much topics will you be able to complete in that chapter, what are the things that you'll be touching up on. And every time you set that goal, make sure that you stick to it also. It should be realistic. Even if it's less, it's okay, but it should be realistic. You cannot tell yourself that in 1 week time I'm going to complete the entire syllabus of physics. It might not be possible. You can't spend 24 hours in a day for physics alone. I'm just telling you that. So make sure that you set realistic goal for every single chapter and go on achieving those small targets. Even if it's like, studying for 30 minutes, okay, you're going to start today. Let's say that you want to start right now. And in this 1 hour duration, how many topics will you be able to cover? Or what are the things that you want to achieve in that 1 hour? Let's say you're doing math. What are the important formulas? So take that 1 hour time, set realistic goal, write on all the important formulas in math, and then go ahead and start with the very first chapter. So set realistic goal for every single subject. It's not just the physics, that's what I'm telling you. I'll give you an example of math as well. For every single subject, set a realistic goal. It could be a small goal. It should not be like you're going to complete the entire syllabus in 1 week or 2 weeks. That is not exactly realistic. If you want to do it thoroughly, you would need a couple of days more. So make sure that you set a realistic goal and stick to that particular goal. All right. And fourth tip is avoid distractions. I in fact started the entire session with this, guys. Please avoid all your distractions. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. I know that a lot of you guys will argue, sir, and YouTube is very necessary right now because in fact you're watching this on YouTube, so that makes sense. But still, you should have a limit on that. You should have a proper limit on that. It should not be that it's taking up all of your time, because just watching videos is definitely going to get you marks. That is for sure. Just watching videos is not going to make you a doctor or an engineer or anything for that matter. So what are you doing apart from that? That is important. So when I say managing your distractions or avoiding your distractions, I'm not saying just completely ignore everything, just ignore the world itself. I'm not saying that, but do it in a timely manner. Maybe 15 minutes in a day or 30 minutes in a day. Definitely not more than 30 minutes, guys, because that is all you need. So whatever videos and everything that you want to watch, make sure you watch it during that time itself. And please, guys, say no to Instagram and Facebook and all that, because you don't need it right now. For this point of time, unless and until your exams are done, you don't need those distractions, because that's only going to make you feel like you just keep on postponing things. And please don't watch videos in the night, because what's going to happen, let me tell you the realistic thing. You'll start watching videos at night, you'll say that you'll watch for 30 minutes, it'll go for 1 hour, then you'll keep on watching until you fall asleep. You will fall asleep at 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock in the morning, and the whole morning your parents will scold you in the morning because you're not waking up on a time. So they'll scold you. In the start of the day itself, you're starting up with a very bad mental attitude that your parents scolded you. So the whole day, the entire day will go on just moaning about that itself. So guys, please don't watch, again, set yourself a parameter that this is the time that I'm going to spend. Definitely not more than that. Even if you want to. The best would be to say completely no to everything. The best would be to say no to everything. But even if you want to, if it's something that you can't avoid at all, like maybe studying or something like that, because most of you guys do not even have schools, I totally understand it. 2020 has been a very hard year for every one of us, so I totally understand it. If that is the case, then yes, go ahead and do it. But again, please make sure that you check it 30 minutes to 1 hour. Definitely don't go more than 1 hour. For sure, no matter what the reason is, don't go for more than 1 hour, because that is not going to help you, all right? So make sure that you avoid distractions as much as possible. And all these social media ruckus that is going on TikTok and all that, please say no to that. PUBG and everything for that matter, all the games and everything, say no to for the next 2 months. Just for the next 2 months, guys. Trust me, it's only for the next 2 months. 2 months is not a big deal. You've already spent 1 full year. You've already spent 1 full year from April to this April. It's gonna be 1 year. So you've already spent so much time. So what is there in spending another 2 more months, right? What is there? Just 2 more months, guys, and that 2 months is gonna set you for life. So please, guys, avoid distractions. And even if you are, make sure you put a time limit to that. All right. Next thing, guys. Don't focus on your grades. Don't focus on your marks. Study for knowledge, because you might be studying right now. Your intention might be, I want to score 90%, I want to score 80%, and I am going to do only that. I'm going to only focus on my marks right now. Get somehow whatever, like I'll refer all the past year question papers, look at all the important questions and see what are the recurring patterns, and then study only those questions and ignore everything else. Don't do that. Please don't do that, guys, because that is going to fetch you marks, but not knowledge. And your knowledge is what is going to set your life. All right. Trust me, people, because once you go to your 11th and 12th, these are the basic concepts that you need for your 11th and 12th as well. So it's very important that you focus on your skills and not your grades. Focus on attaining the knowledge. Focus on understanding the concept. And the best way to do it, read your textbook. Make notes on everything that you're learning on that particular day, and focus on understanding the concept rather than by-hearting it and just vomiting it out in your exams. Don't do that. I know it might gain you that 1 second of relaxation, or that, see what would happen. Let me just give you an instance. If you do it for grades, what is going to happen is that the minute you write your exams, the minute you walk out of your hall, you would have forgotten 50% of your topics. Trust me, I know that all of those who are watching it right now will be nodding your head, because you know that it has happened. When you study only for grades, when you study only for marks, what's going to happen is that the minute you walk out of the exam hall, you're going to forget half of the topics, and you're going to, just think about the next exam then. I know that that is the best efficient way to do it, but that is not the right way to do it. There's a difference between efficiency and being right. Efficient, yes, it is definitely efficient because you're here to score marks. Awesome. But that is not the goal of life, right? Your intention should be to gain knowledge, gain skills, and not grades. All right. No matter what anyone says, no matter what your cousin says, no matter what your friend says, ignore all those naysayers. Focus on your skills, focus on your goals, focus on your attaining of knowledge, not your grades. All right, it's very important. By far, I would say this is probably the most important thing, because this should be your attitude. This should be your attitude towards the exam. It should not be that I'm forcing it on you. It should be your attitude towards your exam, because that is what is going to help you to, look at these exams in a different manner than thinking of it like a headache, or thinking about it like somehow I want to get it over with. All right, that is my next step, people. Moving on to my next step, people, take breaks, guys. It's very important. Nobody is asking you to study for 24 hours straight or 12 hours straight, even 8 hours or 6 hours or even 10 hours or 4 hours also, even for 2 hours straight. Nobody is asking you to do that. It's important that you take a break in between. So this is my thumb rule. What I used to do is this: if you are studying for 1 hour, if your aim is to study for 1 hour, study for 45 minutes and take 15 minutes break. Because guys, let me tell you this. It has been scientifically proven that nobody can focus for more than 14 to 15 minutes. After that 14 to 15 minutes, what's going to happen is that you're going to start losing focus. Your brain will automatically, even without, no matter how much you say your willpower is, your brain will automatically start deviating itself and start thinking about the other things as well. So it's very important that you give yourself a break, because you should not study for the sake of studying. You should not study just to please your parents so that your parents don't scold you. No, that should not be the intention for studying. So please take enough breaks between the exams. So not just between the exams, between your study hours also. So if you're studying for 1 hour, study for 45 minutes, take a 15-minute break, or study for that one full hour, take 10 minutes or 20 minutes break. Please do that, guys. Super important, because your brain is also like a muscle. I'll just give you a simple example. Imagine this, guys. Imagine I tell you to hold this cup of water. Right? Imagine I tell you to hold this cup of water. If I ask you to hold it for 1 hour, you'll be able to do it. For 5 hours, little hard. 8 hours, definitely not. 24 hours, your hand will go numb. Now what can you do? You can just put the bottle down. You can just put the cup down. It's like that, people. Your muscle starts to strain. Your brain is also a muscle. Your brain also needs to take rest. So it's very important that you don't overstrain yourself. It's very important that you give break in between. Now, for the same thing, if I ask you to, hold it for, 10 minutes and then take 5 minutes break or 10 minutes break, and then again hold it for another 10 minutes, you'll be able to do it. It's a much more reachable task. So my suggestion to every one of you guys, when you're making the timetable, make sure that you have enough time for breaks as well. It's super important. And one more thing I would like to add is this, guys. Reward yourself. Like I told you, make sure that you take all these possible goals, all the set possible goals, and achieve that. Once you achieve those goals, reward yourself. Something nice. So again, I'll give you my own examples. In my 10th standard, this is what I used to do. Every time I finish a chapter, every time I reach my target, I used to go to the shop and get myself a samosa. I used to love samosa. Yeah, I was a plumpy kid. Let me be very frank. I'm still plumpy, but yeah, I was a very plumpy kid back then. So I used to eat samosas. It's a very small thing, but it gave me a sense of satisfaction. It gives me the break. It gives me that sense of, that I've achieved something. So give yourself a small break. Give yourself that, that small joys in life. It's very important, because it should not be like studies are putting on a lot of stress on you guys. It should be something that you should be able to enjoy, relax, and do your best. Because trust me, guys, you'll do your best when you're more relaxed than when you're under a lot of stress, right? Next thing, guys, that I would like to say, very important point again, maintain your physical and mental health. You know what's happening right now. COVID-19 is going on everywhere. Please don't ignore it. Wear masks. Don't fall sick, because falling sick at this time can cost you a lot. So please don't fall sick. When you go to your exams also, make sure that you take every precaution needed. And also stay a little active. Go for a walk in the evening, wear your mask and everything. Make sure that you sanitize yourself after you come back, and before you go also, make sure that you go for a walk, come back, take a 15 minutes walk or a 20 minutes walk in the evening, or for a jog, or play football, play cricket, whatever games you like. But make sure that you take time out of that for that also. I'm not saying you to sit and play for 3 hours, 4 hours every day. No. And when I say physical activities, I'm not talking about your thumbs. I'm not talking about sitting in front of your PS5s or your phones and playing all these games. No, I'm not talking about that. Actually going out there, getting some fresh air, because that is going to help you a lot more than sitting in that confined space for for the next 30 minutes or 20 minutes. So make sure that you go out there, relax yourself, take a walk, come back, get some fresh air, have some good fruits, have some good vegetables, and also focus on your mental health. Stay calm. There's no need for you to take stress. I know the 10th standard, 10th standard, it's like a added bonus. Even if you don't ask for it, stress is like a side dish that comes with everything. So stress is like a pickle. Like whatever food you order, pickle will come with it. No, it's like that. Stress is like that. So stress is going to come up no matter what. But then try to manage it a little better. Because the better you're able to manage your stress, the better you would also be, because you'll feel more confident, guys. It's just as simple as that. When you're feeling stressed, there's a lot of, you're worried about a lot of things, and those things are going to pull you down rather than pushing you up. So it's very important that you stay yourself calm, stay calm, relax. If you can, it's better yet, do yoga, do some meditation to, get that inner peace. Make sure that, take 15 minutes to 20 minutes break. There are a lot of free apps on App Store and Play Store and all. There's one app app called as I think it's called as Mindspace. Yeah, this is the app that I used to use. So use this app called as Mindspace. I mean, I'm not promoting the app, but yeah, it's a good app which will help you understand how to stay calm, how to meditate yourself. Because yes, guys, physical and mental focus is very important. Right now, physical and mental focus is very important. So practice a little bit of meditation. In the sense, it's not like become a yogi and all. Just practice your breathing, control your breathing, calm your mind down for that 10-15 minutes. In fact, it would be best if you do it in the morning. Just once you start your day with meditation, it'll be much more fresher. You feel more calm. And yes, guys, it's definitely going to help you out. No matter what you think, no matter what you think, it's a waste of time and all that. No, because the more you train your mind, the better you're gonna get. And it's a fact. The more calmer you are, the better is your, the better you can achieve that knowledge, the better we can absorb that knowledge, the better we can, do good in life and not just your exams. So please, guys, make sure we practice that as well. And that was my tips. I would like to end this session with 3 amazing quotes that I have set aside for you guys. The first quote is this, guys: work is hard, yes, distractions are plentiful, and the time is short. This should be your motto for the next 2 months. I know it's going to be hard. 2 months is not going to be easy. 2 months is a lot of time. It's almost 64 days right now. I mean, you don't have exactly 2 months, but yeah, around 60 days is what you have. It's a lot of time, and there's a lot of hard work to be put in. There's a lot of effort. There's a lot of sacrifices that you have to do. You might have to miss your cousin's wedding. You might have to miss your best friend's, birthday parties. You have a lot of, you have to sacrifice a lot of things. Work is definitely hard. You have a lot of distractions around you. Nobody is denying that. But you also you should also have this in mind that you have a very short duration of time. And it's important that you utilize your focus on not the distractions, but the work, right? And that work, all the work that you have to do right now is study. And when I say study for knowledge, not for marks. All right, this is what I would like to say, people. Second quote for the day is this, guys: a dream written down with a date becomes a goal. Set goals, not targets, not, I'm not asking you to set goals for life in the sense. I'm not asking you to set goals for that you want to become an engineer or a doctor or whatever it is that you want to become. I'm not talking about that goal. I'm talking about short-term goals. And yes, when you put a timeline to it, that is when you say it as a goal. Otherwise, it's just a dream. If you just write down that I want to score 90%, that's just a dream. But how are you going to do it? How are you going to achieve that? That then becomes a goal. So yes, guys, make sure that you have goals, not dreams. And yes, keep achieving those goals. Once you're done with the first goal, go to the next one, go to the next one, go to the next one, and keep breaking every record that you have, right? The last thing I would like to say is this, guys: anything is possible for those with a dream, a plan, and the determination to make it happen, no matter what. So if you're someone who has a goal, a plan, and the willpower to make it happen, then nothing in the world can stop you from doing it. Not your teachers, not your parents, not your friends, and definitely not yourself. If you have that determination, then even the other side of your brain which says that you can't will not be able to stop you from doing it. All right, this is what I would like to end the session with. So yes, guys, once again, wishing you all the very best of luck. I really sincerely hope that all of you guys achieve your goals, no matter what it is. Even if it is 80%, 70%, 60%, 90%, it's your best. That is what matters. Don't compare yourself to anyone. You are the best version of yourself. Nobody can replace you. And go ahead, make a plan, follow that plan, stick to that plan religiously without any distractions, and go ahead and make it happen. Alrighty. So with that said, thanks a lot for spending your valuable time with me. I know it was a long journey. There's a lot of talking happening. But thank you once again for joining today's session, guys. I really hope that you found it a little helpful. And trust me, guys, if you follow everything that I just told you, trust me, I know it's hard. I'm not saying it's easy. But if you follow it, you will definitely see some changes in the days ahead. Alright? So thank you for joining. Do not forget to share, subscribe, and like the video. Do not forget to share the video. Let your friends know. Spread the message to your friends as well. Let them also know what it's like and how they can improve themselves. Thank you for joining. My name is Anoop, signing off for the day, people. Have a great evening ahead. Thank you for joining. Catch you guys later. Bye-bye.